Mark Green and Matt Wojcik here from the Greener Corporation, and today we're going to talk to you about forming sets for your vertical bag makers. So you may be wondering how and why Greener Corporation developed this partnership with Kenray, and it really goes back to when we saw problems in manufacturing facilities. We were asked to come in and solve sealing problems that really stemmed upstream in the formation of the package. Pleats, wrinkles that provided opportunities for leakers that was really not a function of the sealing jaw, and wanting to provide a total solution for our customers, we started looking for a manufacturer of forming sets that would be able to provide first quality parts that would complement our sealing jaws.
Yeah, part of the holistic approach that Greener Corporation has to help our customers is instead of just designing sealing jaws that work better on a bag that has wrinkles, why not get rid of the wrinkles in the bag? And what we found is that a lot of the installed base of forming sets in many of our customers were actually the things that were causing that problem. So if we were able to work with Kenray and have them provide solutions that don't have those problems, then we ultimately help our customers provide higher quality packaging.
Yeah, but when developing a partnership, you really want to find a company that has the same philosophy, that wants to produce the best quality part possible, not just a replacement part, right?
Sure. Yeah. What we found in Kenray is a company that mirrors the way that Greener operates. Our first concern is the customer and their packaging. It's not just about supplying parts, but improving the entire operation of our customer and expanding their knowledge base as well.
The parallels are so close that we developed this matrix that we believe are the things that go into the making of a part that's going to produce the optimum results. And talking offline, they're saying, we can apply all of these things to Kenray.
Exactly. The similarities are great. We'll put up a graphic to show you what this matrix is.
So at the top of the matrix, we've got the part design, then manufacturing accuracy, availability, setup, and the machine environment. And we'll take the top one, design, and we'll go through each. What sets Kenray apart in their design?
So Kenray's got a large design department with a lot of capacity and also a lot of great ideas about how to tackle problems that arise in forming set design. But what's most impressive about what they have is their approach. So they take a more of a modern scientific approach to design as opposed to some of the older ways that forming sets were put together that relied heavily on past experience and specific instances. So they're more able to take designs and solutions and move them across multiple different scenarios.
Yeah, I know when my work in some of these manufacturing facilities, it seemed like there were a handful of people who knew how to manufacture a former, and yet you had to have that knowledge to be able to tweak, tune, to get it to work properly. More of an art than a science.
For sure. And that plays to the next section of the matrix, which is manufacturing accuracy. As you mentioned, and I've had the same experience when talking about forming sets with people, there's a perception that forming set manufacturing is a dark art. Like there's a a person in a room.
I've heard this.
That just that makes these things, and once he retires, then it's gone. But the reality is that they've been able to take that and take that knowledge that they have, and then develop processes that make manufacturing a forming set much more accurate, and then beyond that, repeatable, so that the forming set that you get today works the same exact way the next time you order it in 2 years. And it also, that accuracy also allows you to transfer it from machine to machine and so on and so forth. And then from that point, they have a 100% verification of formers prior to even leaving their building. And this is one of the most impressive things about their facility. So they have an entire building dedicated to checkout, to former checkout. So each former that's ordered from Kenray gets put on one of their 7 baggers of varying drive types, be it side drive or front vacuum drive, or intermittent or continuous motion. They've got every type of machine that can be that function can be duplicated on, and so each former has actual film run through it, and make sure that it functions as intended prior to leaving and getting shipped to your facility.
And it sounds like you're going to get something you're going to be confident that you're going to be able to put it on and that it's going to work.
Exactly.
So the next thing is that we're going to talk about is the availability of these parts. And when we talked about this in earlier presentations regarding ourselves, we talked about the commitment that Greener has made into the machine tooling, the process, and the people. And a lot of that, again, is really mirror image that we can say about Kenray.
Exactly. Yeah. Kenray has invested heavily in the capacity to be able to deliver forming sets to their customers and our customers on or before it's needed, because really that's all the other stuff, if it's not on site when it's needed, is kind of irrelevant. And then to take that one step further, one of the things from our customers within the U.S. that certain people were nervous about in utilizing Kenray formers is the availability from the standpoint of how long is it going to get from the UK to my facility. So yes, you can make it quick, but it's still going to take a long time to get here. And the reality is that is not an issue at all. We have Kenray ships thousands of formers to the United States per year to our customers, and it takes a couple days to get here. There's really no difference between Kenray shipping a former to the United States than us shipping a pair of sealing jaws from New Jersey to California.
So really not an issue.
Not an issue at all.
So the next thing that we'll talk about is setup. And I know with our sealing jaws, even though they're manufactured precisely, we know the tolerances are tight. There are elements of the machine that need to be adjusted or are adjusted prior to us installing the parts, such as the clearance and spring pressure. How does that translate into a former? When you get a former,
well, when you get a Kenray former, you can get it and put it on the machine and press the start button. So there's not really a whole lot of setup involved. No, the reality is that if there is setup involved, it's more of a machine environment type of thing, which is another segment of our matrix. And that has to do with belt tensions and belt parallelism to the tube and the drive mechanism for the film. But if you shouldn't, there's not the same type of adjusting the actual former that's involved, like there is with adjusting jaws.
I've been fortunate enough to get to be on site when they're installing formers, and I've seen the installation go, and the immediate results were not what they wanted. And when they explained what was wrong in the machine environment, it seemed very obvious, and it was like that aha moment, like, well, that makes perfect sense. And I think a lot of that probably stems from running against formers that were not accurately manufactured.
Sure. Yeah. If there's an issue with the accuracy of the manufacturing of the former, yes, you're going to have to make adjustments on the machine in order to get that former to run. And things like that also prevent you from running one former on all of your machines. If you have one size bag that you want to run on one of your 6 machines and you have to adjust it every machine you go to, then that tells you that something's not adjusted properly within the former. I mean, and yes, they are fabricated parts that can potentially get dropped in sanitation and so on. And occasionally they need to be readjusted and realigned. But Kenray provides the knowledge behind that in order for you to be able to do that yourself as well. So.
Yeah, they have a lot of support mechanisms in place. Again, going back to that total holistic support, producing good quality packages.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
So I know there have been some issues this week with the presentations, and we're not able to take questions directly. But if you have any questions about forming tooling, please reach out to us. We can certainly put you in contact with Kenray and help solve your forming needs.
Absolutely. So if you are outside of North America and wish to deal with Kenray directly, you could still contact us and we'll put you in touch with the correct person to talk to, and they will be able to help you with your needs as well.